Hey everyone, it's Wendy Hutchinson with Millennial Life Coaching and the Path of Me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and thank you so much for tuning in today. My message is pretty brief. I wanted to talk about being kind to yourself at this critical time because I've been feeling a collective shift where people are going through huge transitions in their lives. They're being asked to release everything that no longer serves them, everything that no longer aligns with who they are. And it can be really, really challenging because we tend to hold on to the status quo, regardless of how painful it is. But we are at a really pivotal time in our human history where we are being asked to actually align with our truth completely. And that requires us to actually let go of people in our lives that don't resonate anymore. Those are the critics. Those are the people who aren't for you. They act like they're your friend, but they're actually making you feel bad about yourself. So relationships are coming up strongly right now for people to look at. The work that you're doing, are you stepping into your purpose? Are you doing what you're called to do here? Or are you just settling for an average job and an average paycheck because you think you're average? Because let me tell you, you're not average, okay? We all have tremendous potential and abilities that we were born with, innate abilities. It's not something that you have to try to do. You have the skill sets and you have everything you need to be the person you're meant to be right now. So what people seem to be feeling is some friction. And what that looks like is this internal discomfort for change, like they know they have to do something different. They know they need to shift something in their life, but they're not really sure how to go about doing it. And it's also very scary because when you're being asked to shift and release things, there's this feeling of discomfort, like, I don't know what's on the other side and I don't know what's coming. So people, instead of taking that leap of faith, tend to hold on to everything that doesn't resonate. And then it creates a lot of discomfort, drama, chaos, disease, dis-ease within your physical body, your mental and emotional state. It can be so uncomfortable. So as we're going through these transitions, I want to encourage you all to be kind to yourselves because we need to love ourselves through the process of shedding all and releasing all these things that don't align with who we are anymore. And what that looks like is self-care. That looks like getting enough rest, hydration, eating nutritious food, being mindful of what you're inviting in. Don't attach to those negative, critical thoughts that cycle in our minds and pretty much just bring us down and cause doubt and fear. Fear is the number one obstacle to changing your life. The number one obstacle to becoming the highest and best version of you is fear. So what's happening, what it feels like to me, so sometimes I see images, I get pictures and intuitive hits and things about what's kind of going on for the collective. And what it feels like is people are trying to swim to the surface. If you're underwater and you're trying to swim to the surface and break free and take a breath. What it feels like is there's a lot of resistance to getting to the surface. So you're trying to swim to the surface, but all of this weight and density and negative self-talk and criticism and self-doubt around our self-worth and who we are and what we're here to do and who do we think we are and, all of that crap and bullshit is like tying cement blocks to our feet and sinking us. We're trying to swim, we're trying to elevate, we're trying to become better and do better and be better versions of ourselves. And we have this inner critic that is just relentlessly criticizing and, talking smack to us. And it's our own selves, it's our own inner critic. So only we can release that. So as we're navigating this pivotal time, and as we're being asked to elevate who we are, I'm encouraging you all to silence the critic. Be kind to yourself. Say positive things to yourself. Believe in yourself. I know this is such a new place for so many people who are used to playing small or dimming their light, or maybe they've, over the last 20, 30, 40 years, convinced themselves that they're not worth it, that they can't do anything else, that they're trapped and they're stuck in this way of being. And I'm telling you right now, you are not. You're so much more than you think you are. And we have to believe it. We have to believe in ourselves, because once you do, once you make that shift and you're like, you know what? All of this negative bullshit is holding me back and I'm not going to buy into it anymore. When you make that decision and you shift your mindset, your entire life is going to change. I'm telling you, in powerful ways. It's going to blow your mind how fast your life is going to change. So I'm encouraging you all to really examine how you're relating to yourself and what you're telling yourself, because we need to feed ourselves positivity. We need to love ourselves. We need to honor our bodies and feed it nutritious things and give it what it needs, which is hydration, rest, throw a fruit or vegetable into your diet once in a while, maybe a little less fast food. Elevating your life involves shifting a lot of different things in your life. But the number one thing that has to shift, first and foremost, is your mindset and the story that you've been attached to all these years. Because if your story defines you, and your story is one of drama and negativity and trauma and wounds, and that is what defines you, you are going to be in that vibration, which is a lower vibrational place energetically. It's a place that weighs you down. So honor that, honor the experiences you've had, because they have made you who you are. But I want you to also think about how far you've come and everything that you've overcome to get to this point in your life. You are pretty darn amazing to have survived everything in your life this far. Thus far. You know what I mean, to this point. So get up today. Pay attention to what your thoughts are. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. And it costs nothing. It costs nothing. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars to go to a workshop to teach you to be kind to yourself. If you're not kind to yourself, all you have to do is the opposite of what you've been doing. Okay? Say a nice comment, journal, treat yourself to a good coffee or time with friends or a walk or a movie or whatever lights you up, Give yourself permission to be kind to yourself today, okay? I hope you'll take this message to heart, because when you can change your mindset, when you can release those deep layers of suffering and pain and those stories around who you are that are negative, it's like cutting ballast from a hot air balloon, and you are going to soar in life. So on that note, I'm gonna sign off here. But before I go, I want to tell you that my next guest is such a bright light. Her name is Carrie Walker, and she is the host for Alice Eats the Apple. It's a show, and she's a blogger, and she is such a beautiful spiritual being. And we're going to have a conversation about her journey, and it's going to be wonderful. So I hope you'll tune in. I should be posting that video in a day or two. And wherever you are, I hope you have a beautiful day. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.